Hello, Jack Tubbs from the J Team at Realty One in Surprise, Arizona, wishing you a fantastic and happy Thursday. It's going to be a warm one out there today, so if you get a chance to spend time inside, it's probably the day to spend time inside. Now, I know I've been bringing you a ton of information about how great the market is, but there still seems to be a lot of people thinking that with all the homes that are in forbearance, though I showed you yesterday, forbearance numbers are down. That we're seeing the distressed real estate is less than 4% of the entire market here throughout the valley. But people are still thinking that there is going to be a lot of homes out there. They're going to be either short sale, auction, or other sort of distressed sales. So one of the questions that people ask me is, what is a short sale? And I wanted to spend a little bit of time on that today. I've done a whole bunch of short sales. I probably have done, I want to say 5 or 6 dozen of them. But the short sale is exactly the opposite of the way it sounds. Everybody thinks when we hear a short sale, it's going to take a short time to complete the sale. That is completely the opposite. What a short sale is when somebody who's in a financially distressed situation, they need to sell their home because they can no longer afford their mortgage payments and other financial commitments, and they need to find a way to get out underneath some debt. Most of the people will sell their house. Well, if their house is worth less than what they owe the mortgage holder, their bank, their lender, whatever you want to call them, and they are trying to sell the home short of what they owe, that is a short sale. And it is a very lengthy process. Now, there are some banks out there like Bank of America and a couple of other lenders out there that have worked out a new program which they call a pre-approved short sale, which makes the process a lot quicker but not any easier. The short sale process is a very tough one, and it's a very long and painstaking one, and you'll understand a little bit more why as I give you some of the requirements that the seller has to meet before a bank will approve a short sale. Number one, the seller has to prove that they are truly in a financial bind. They have to show that what the required debt load to continue on to have some quality of life, to make sure that all essential services are available to them, plus their mortgage outweigh what their financial influx is. So they usually ask for utility bills, water bills, property taxes, home insurance, car payments, car insurance. If they're paying their own health insurance, how much does the health insurance cost? If they have cable TV, how much does the cable TV cost? Or how much does satellite TV cost? How much does the internet service cost? Any monthly bill that they pay, how much do their cell phones cost? Anything that they have a financial outlay for, they want to see a copy of every bill, and they usually want to see 2 to 4 months worth of those bills so that they can establish what kind of economic outflow the person who is requesting the short sale has. Then the next step is going to be proof of income. What kind of income are they bringing in that they're not being able to cover their mortgage payment and all the other bills that are essential for life? So they're going to want 2 to 4 months of that. And if it's self-employed, they're going to want to see tax returns, and they're going to even want to see tax returns of those who have also are requesting a short sale, whether they're self-employed or they're not self-employed. They're going to want to see 2 to 3 years worth of tax returns, and they're going to make sure that they're verified. So they are going to check with the Internal Revenue Service to make sure that the tax returns that are given to them are the tax returns that the person requesting the short sale has filed with them. Then after all that, they're going to have somebody like me, a real estate broker, go in and go through the property and give them some idea of the kind of wear and tear, whether it's outdated, all that other kind of stuff, to give them a broker's price opinion on what I think the property will sell for at today's price and today's market in their neighborhood. And then next, they're going to have an appraisal done. And once the appraisal comes back, they're going to take all these things and they're going to put them together and come to a decision. Now, usually during this process, by the time that I've entered into the process, which is going to be, they're usually going to reach out to a broker or a realtor first. I've already gotten the go-ahead and registered with the bank to list the property, and to list it at the value of which I think it's going to sell for in their neighborhood in today's market. And I will have already received offers and we will be negotiating offers. And then as the offer is being negotiated and mulled over by the bank, and they're taking all the other factors from all the other information that they've gathered, they're going to want a fresh set of proof of income, a fresh set of bills for the seller. And then they're going to compile that all together, and they're going to come to their decision whether they will accept the offer, which is short of what the seller owes. The bank is going to say, okay, we'll take this offer of $178,000, even though you owe us $200,000. And then they will also make adjustments to a lot of different things, like how much they're going to pay out for title work, how much they're going to pay out for recording fees, and all sorts of other things that are involved in the real estate transaction. And it's just not a short process at all. And if you are planning on looking to buy a short sale, learn to be patient. Unless we find one that is offered by Bank of America or the couple other financial institutions that have decided to do a pre-approved short sale, they'll give basically the seller a range and say, we'll accept offers between 178 and 195. You're going to have to wait, because they're going to want to run the whole process. They're going to want to know what the seller's bills are, what their income is. They're going to want an appraisal. They're going to want a broker's price opinion. They're going to want to know everything and anything that they can know about the seller's financial situation, the worth of the house. They're even going to ask for a neighborhood overview. They're going to want to know, want me to do, give them an idea of what the schools are like, what kind of, what's the average population, what are the kind of demographics throughout the entire neighborhood, so that they can come to a decision that they're comfortable with. And then also they're going to worry about their board of directors, their shareholders, all these other things. So they're going to have a formula of how much they're willing to forgive. And then the seller has to negotiate whether the bank will forgive or whether they're going to try to find out figure out a different way to receive that downfall, or what the bank is not going to get back from the seller. And that happens quite a bit. Most of the time they will forgive it, but they will also give them a notification of the amount that they've forgiven, and then that is usually counted against the seller's taxes. But the bright side of this is that if the seller is usually that much underwater, they usually purchased the property for less, they borrowed as the market went up, and as the market went down, they can prove that there was a loss between what they bought the property for and what they sold it for, and that usually washes out any forgiveness that the bank gives, and gives them basically a 1099 that can be that they can be taxed on. But that's a whole different part of the process. But realize that if you're interested in a short sale, yes, there are sometimes good deals to be had on short sales, because the seller is becoming desperate and even the bank is becoming a little bit more compliant. But realize that banks aren't as compliant as they were back in, say, 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, and even most of 2012. They realize that the real estate market is in definitely a better shape than it was before, that they can get more for the house that's being short-saled, so they aren't as pliable as they once were, and they're going to hold the value of that property that is up for short sale as high as they possibly can. So a short sale is even now a lengthier proposition, because they're usually going to counter any offers with a higher price, trying to get the most bang for their buck out of a short sale. So I hope this clears up a little bit of what a short sale is. If you have any questions, maybe I didn't cover everything clearly, please give me a call. You can get a hold of me directly at 248-330-7972. Once again, that's 248-330-7972. Or you can shoot me an email. You can shoot me an email at jack@thejteam.house. Once again, that's Jack, J-A-C-K, at thejteam, T-H-E, the letter J, the word team, T-E-A-M, .house. Or you can call any of my team members at 623-252-6041. Once again, that's 623-252-6041. And realize that, yes, there are a few short sales out there that aren't as plentiful as they were, as I said, back in, say, 2008 through 2012. Yes, there are a few good deals, but believe me, they are a lengthy process, and banks are not as pliable as they were back in 2008 through 2012. So Once again, this is Jack from the J Team at Realty One wishing you a fantastic Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow with some more news about the Phoenix real estate market. Bye-bye.